Hi, and welcome to my guest today, Leigh Ashbee, who's going to talk to us today about PPN. Hi, Leigh. How you doing?
I'm really well, thanks, Steve. Yeah, thanks very much for inviting me again to talk about something else. But yeah, I'm delighted to be here. And as you said, yeah, today we're going to be focusing more on PPN Bournemouth, Progressive Property Network Bournemouth. It's been 7 years, believe it or not, since we launched
Incredible, yeah.
PPN Bournemouth. Yeah, and well, it will be on the 15th of September. It'll be 7 years. And I'm hugely excited. It's been a fantastic ride, 7 years. You know, we've got a wonderful, wonderful community of which you're very much a part of, Steve. And it's really for anybody at all that is involved in property in any way, shape or form, whether you're a property investor, a landlord, a developer, or you provide a service to the property industry, or if you're just interested in property and want to get involved, perhaps want to start changing your future up and to make some property investments, find out about different strategies, then it's all encompassing. Anything to do with property is what we do. And yeah, as I said, it's been real fun from my perspective. We're the longest running progressive property network event, 7 years, and it's a big anniversary for us on the 15th of September. And I'll be sharing some news in a minute about an amazing speaker that I've managed to get agreed to do this sadly online event still, but you know, we've been doing some great online events. And yeah, this speaker's just huge, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited about that. And I've got,
I mean, anybody who has any involvement in property should be coming to PPN because it's an educational thing. You have some fantastic speakers who tell people all they need to know about all the latest strategies, from sourcing, development to service accommodation, you name it. All the strategies are covered, and it's a great opportunity to meet other people that are involved in the same sorts of activities, and sharing ideas and ways to do things is a way to collaborate and improve what you do. So it's a fantastic event, and you've done an amazing job over the last 7 years. Fantastic to get the kind of numbers you have.
Thank you ever so much, Steve. That means a great deal to me. It really does. And you know, it doesn't feel like work because I really enjoy it. I'm a bit of a people person, really. You know, my background has been customer service as well as property, working with Cunard and British Airways. And I guess it's true to say that I just kind of felt that network meetings for property were a bit stiff in the whole, and not very welcoming. You know, I just felt that if we created an event where people were more comfortable and that were welcomed and didn't feel silly, you know, to ask questions and whatever, and I think we've done that. You know, we've managed to achieve that. With people like yourself, you know, that are really willing and able to share their knowledge and their experience and help other people, and that is a true sense of a community. I think if we can do that, if we're serving other people, then you know, it just works for everybody. And we've seen countless you know, we can record loads of people that have met through our events, that have done joint ventures together, that have created, you know, business, you know, that have got deals, that have sold deals. You know, it goes on and on and on. There are loads and loads of success stories. So yeah, I am very, very proud of it, and all of the community and everybody within it. It's super fun to do. We do have a lot of giggles as well, as you know, Steve, which is a big part of it. And so I just wanted to say, really, you know, anybody that's never ever been before, you might have heard about PPN Bournemouth, but please, you know, reach out to me, and I'll be very, very happy to give you a free ticket to come along and try for your first time if you've never been before. So you can actually contact me. I think you've got my email address running across the bottom, haven't you, Steve?
The website is flashing across the bottom of the screen for anybody that needs that information to make contact. And you could, for me, I think that people going to PPN can save themselves a lot of aggro and a lot of cost, really, because the community is so active in helping each other, that there are people there that will give you great tips and great advice on how to do everything. So why search around aimlessly on the internet trying to find experts in every field and maybe get some bad advice and stuff like that? You could come to PPN and people will tell you their experiences, and they'll also share the pitfalls and the good things that they've found through doing different things to do with property. It's a great collaborative networking event. I've been to a few, and nothing is as good as PPN, really. It's a fantastic event.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you. Yeah, we did. It's lovely to hear. When you're obviously an integral member, but when we get our guest speakers come, for example, and they just say, "Wow, it's got such a different feel about it." And as I said, we should be very proud of that. It is a bit different, and but in all the best ways. And collaborative, you use that word, and I just think, actually, that's such a key thing. If you think about the experience and knowledge that we have, literally hundreds of years of experience, and like you rightly said, Steve, an incredible power team. We've got experts in all the different fields in property. So regardless of what it is that you do, how long you've been doing it, please come and share your experience and your knowledge. There are people that are crying out to hear from you, and and perhaps you can help them. And I'm a great believer in karma, and what goes around comes around. If you can serve other people in some way, some good will come back to you, whether it's directly through that person or through their network. They'll mention you somewhere along the line. And business just works like that. It revolves around and round, Steve, as you well know. You put a lot of information for free out there and a lot of help to people. And, your name crops up all the time. Steve, you're really well thought of, and I'm sure it serves your business very well as well. So if you've got that kind of mentality, or even if you haven't, perhaps you should think about, actually taking it on board. But we'd love to see you at PPN Bournemouth. The bigger it is, the more people that can help, and the more potential customers that will come to you as well. So as I said, please, just reach out to me, send me an email, and I'd be delighted to welcome you along to our next event. We're actually taking a holiday for August, for August, give everybody a break. But we're coming back with a massive boom for this 15th of September event, our 7th birthday, as I said. And I managed to get like an absolute powerhouse in business, not necessarily in property, but in business. So this is a real business event, as opposed to, which is particularly poignant, that we're in business, live business strategy. Because this guy has literally blown it out of the water. Tremendously inspirational story of Neville Wright, Neville and Marilyn Wright, been married for 50 years now. But Neville is this guy, he's ever so funny, but obviously an amazing businessman as well. He suffers with ADHD and dyslexia, huge challenges to anyone. So, but he's managed to make well over £100 million. Which is, like astronomical kind of money that most of us only dream of. But what's just brilliant about Neville's story is just a really normal person, which is hard to comprehend. But through very simple principles and through some key things that happen in his life, just made change. And this event is going to be about him sharing that story and what those drivers were, what those catalysts were for change in his life. And it's just awesome. It's, like I said, so inspirational, and I'm sure everyone's going to really enjoy listening to Neville. As I said, he's a great deal of fun, and for him to like tell his story, as it were, and what those things were going to be, make a massive difference, I'm sure, to everybody. So it's super brilliant news that we've managed to get Neville to agree to do our 7th birthday event. Really, really special. So I'm so excited about that.
That sounds like an incredible speaker. To create a business like that, I mean, not many people will ever achieve that. That's just incredible, and to hear how people have done it is a great inspiration to people to think how perhaps they might do things differently, or they might get some nuggets out of the things that he talks about in terms of how to take your business forward. So that sounds like an incredible event and a great speaker there. And I know you
Yeah.
had statistics as well earlier. We were talking about from PPN about the numbers that you've managed to get attending on an average basis. I think you said it was 64 on average, sort of thing.
Yeah, the
That's
last couple of years, yeah, we've averaged 64 people. You know, we've had as many as 124 people. That's our record. And that was a birthday event as well. This one's online. So literally anybody, wherever you are in the country, or indeed even in the world, you can still buy a ticket for this event and tune in. And to listen to Neville Wright is amazing. So I'm fully expecting it to be really well attended. And as I said, you can even attend for free if you've never been before as well. I've got a little giveaway today. You know, Neville, as I said, he's amazingly inspirational. He's written like an autobiographical book about his story, and you know what has made those differences to him, how it's all unfolded, and it is just a brilliant read. It really, really is. I've got a copy of it here. And this is Neville's famous for this. The answer is yes. Now, what's the question? You know, it's his kind of tagline, and that was that's kind of how he started out. It was like, whatever it is, I will do it, you know, kind of attitude, and an amazing drive. And literally that book is amazing. He did the book and he's done it completely. All the proceeds from it go to 5 different charities that he supports. Sue Ryder, ADHD, an ADHD charity, a dyslexia charity, and a couple of others as well. And literally everything, all the proceeds in the book. So I bought a number of these books as a thank you to Neville for coming on board to do this event for us. And I paid for them myself because it's for charity. So I'm really happy to do that anyway. And I'm going to give away 3 of these today. So if the first 3 people that book a ticket for the event, which takes place on the 15th of September, that are watching this, if they go ahead and book, the first 3 that come in, I will contact you and I will send you a copy of the book, which retails for £17.99, but it's free to you. Your ticket price is only £15. So yeah, book your ticket. I've got the link. And if you can you see that?
Yeah.
I can't see. There we are. It is
that's good.
HTTP
bit.ly/PPN Bournemouth.
Yeah, that's it. I'll just try and keep it there in front of me for a little bit in case you're trying to write that down. But if you go on that, apologies, it's not been updated. We only managed to secure Neville as a speaker. He's replacing Ian Morton. Now, Ian Morton, I believe, is still on the booking page, but it's not Ian. It is, I promise you, Neville Wright on the 15th of September. He's fully booked in, and that's who you'll be seeing on our live online meeting, which is via Zoom. So you book that ticket. You don't panic or anything. You'll get sent a link to join the meeting in good time. But you'll get a confirmation email and you'll get sent that link. And then on the 15th of September, you just need to tune in for what's going to be a brilliant night. Our birthday nights are always fantastic fun. And with Neville, I can absolutely guarantee it because he's a bag of laughs as well. And you will literally be laughing out loud. I've seen him a number of times live. And I'm sure it's going to be tremendous. So yeah, really, really looking forward to it.
Normally our birthday events, we'd have cake and champagne and stuff like that. But
that's right. Yeah, you remember well. We do.
To do it themselves at home this year.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't give you champagne. You know, I can give you virtual bubbles. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have fun. You might have to buy your own champagne and sit and drink it with us. Yeah, I shall certainly be having a glass of pop of some kind. Yeah.
Sounds good.
But yeah, it's as I say, you know, Steve, you know, our whole philosophy is about helping people, and you know, it's just fantastic that so many people have done have had so much success from attending our events, through making their businesses, connecting them with other people and customers. There's no better place to meet people than through like a network event. And it's often said that your network is your net worth. And I try to give people an analogy of this. There's absolutely nothing to fear in networking. Is literally just expanding the amount of people gives you a far greater opportunity to achieve anything. Because I think it's the 6 degrees of separation, or the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, they call it, don't they, sometimes? But quite literally, there's opportunities all around you. There always are. It's about recognizing the opportunity, and then making it happen. Seeing it is often the easy part. It's making it happen can be the hardest part. And the analogy that I always like to give is that it's like sliding doors, and you can see the opportunity, but you can't reach it because there's a door in front of you, but you can see through the glass door, and you can't open the door. And the greatest thing about networking is, who do you know that has a key to that door that can unlock that door for you, or move another way, go through another door to get you to where you need to be. And you know what, we've seen it over and over, haven't we, Steve, that people have asked a question in our deal clinics, or in our in just sharing, ask a general question.
People have just told them the answer and told them exactly how to get what they're looking for. It's incredible.
Quite literally, and that is the most wonderful thing, is that the only stupid question at our event is the one you haven't asked. So come there, feel safe, and nobody is ever treated poorly. We love and respect everybody that comes through the door, and we'll do everything we can to try and help them. So yeah, it's a super safe place. That's, as I said, is a lot of fun too. So just come along. If you've never done it, come along and join us on the 15th of September. And as I said, that applies to that as well. I can't give you a free book if you want a free ticket for your first time. But yeah, send me an email, as you'll see that going across the bottom there, if you've never been to PPN Bournemouth before, and I promise you a fantastic night on the 15th of September.
What's the plans for PPN after September? When are there plans to get live events going again at some point, and how distant is it?
Steve, as much as the case with everything at the moment, it's all about government guidelines. And you can have a wedding at the moment, you can have 30 people at a wedding, but at the moment there is no, we would love to have been able to do this event in September. I think it's extremely unlikely, given where we're at, that we can have a proper get together event. So we just have to sit tight, keep doing the online events every month, and then as soon as the government guidelines open up for us to be able to run a proper live event where people can properly interact, even maintaining social distance, which of course we could do, but at the moment they're not giving us a green light for that. So it's a great shame, but as soon as we can, we'll definitely be doing that.
No, that's good. It'll be I'm sure many people are looking forward to that day when we can all see each other again.
Look, we've been through a period of great change, haven't we? And you know what, wherever you sit with it, by God, probably one of the biggest challenges of your life, with having children and all at school and everything else, you know what, just give yourself a break. You've done fantastically well. And if you've had a cry, or you've had a sob, or you've had a breakdown here and there, you know what, just forgive yourself, because it has been a massive challenge for everybody. And we will come out the other side of it at some point. And I think that's going to be a good time of celebration, is it, for everyone, when things return back to some normality. But yeah, seriously, you've all done great. Everybody has, and what a challenge to overcome. We'll look back on this in years to come and say, well, what about that? What about that COVID time?
It's been a very trying time for everybody, and we're still going through some problems with it even now, and hopefully it will get better soon. But say to anybody who's thinking about doing any property stuff, do come to PPN, because the thing about it as well is that a lot of people think that there are going to be lots of people who want to take advantage of people with property. It's all about, scoring points on somebody or cheating somebody out of stuff. It's not like that at PPN at all. We're all open, trying to help each other. We there's nobody trying to stitch anybody up or con anybody. We're all trying to find ways to work together to solve issues that people have got in any kind of property situation, really. And we're just trying to do the best we can, really, with everything. So it's come to PPN, definitely.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, 100%. Steve, well, the values that I have and I represent, and I try to, transcend through our community. If you're looking to make a fast buck and stitch people up, then don't come to PPN. It's as simple as that, because it's not the right place for you. You're not welcome. It's all about treating people nicely and fairly. And you know what? In my experience, there's always enough room for everybody to do well. There always is. It's just about your choices. The choices that you make are really important. And as I said, that's just call it fluffy, whatever you want. It's the way I live my life, and it makes me happy. So I don't see why it should be any different for anyone else. So yeah, if you're a good person, you've got a good set of values, then it's definitely the right place for you.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. That's great. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to the birthday celebrations, and I'll try and have a drink ready to celebrate with you when we're doing it.
Yeah, make sure you do, Steve. Make sure you do. Yeah, I am massively looking forward to it. As I said, I spoke to Neville just the other day, and we had a really good laugh, and it's going to be a top night. So book your tickets. They are available today online if you follow that link that I put on there. And if you're one of the first 3, I'll personally be sending one of these books to you with my compliments.
That's very generous of you, Leigh. And even if you have to buy them, at least it's going to go to charity. So it's everybody's a winner anyway. So it's
100%. We're going to have a few more giveaways of these books leading up to the event. But I highly recommend it. It's one of the best books I've ever written. It's really some really heartbreaking stuff in there as well. And it's about all the warts and all. Really honest from Neville. So it's a tremendous read. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Anybody who's been in business will appreciate that it's a journey, and sometimes things go your way and sometimes things don't go your way, but you just got to keep going.
Yeah, you know what? And it's one of the constant themes in this book is about resolve, and resilience, and that's extremely important, as you know, Steve. And what, like property or any business is, it can be pretty heartbreaking. It can be really hard, and you take some big knocks. It's about getting back up again, and again, that's one of the things that I think is really important about our network. When you've got good people around you, it's much easier to get back up again. They'll pick you up and pull you up, and we see that happen over and over and over as well. So don't try and do everything on your own. You're just going to make far more mistakes. Meet good people and get good people around you, and everything will be easier. Working in collaboration. Definitely.
Okay, well, that's great, Leigh. I'm going to wrap it up, and thanks very much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Steve, absolutely. It's always a huge pleasure, and great to see you as always. Take care.